Welcome to selfdiscoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life.
Good morning, good afternoon and good evening everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life. I am your host, Sarah Troy. The ripple effect of life is but a single drop. People look for the big bang, the big event, the big redirect, but it is that one single drop that changes our direction. That drop, then another and another, rippling it out into our possibilities. We need to look to the small things, the subtle things, the ones that will give us the biggest impact over time. That one drop we are inclined to ignore. It's just one drop. What's that going to do? But look at a puddle in the street and during a rainfall. It is made out of one drop and another drop and another drop, and soon it is a pond. We must never underestimate a single drop in life. A single drop of kindness rippling it out to other people. A single drop of respect rippling out. A single drop of compassion. That wonderful ricochet effect, that ripple effect of a single thought, a single action. Something positive that grows and ripples out to our communities, out to society, is really what starts with us. When you're amongst people that are kind and considerate, amongst people that are caring and respectful, it makes us feel safe. It makes us feel heard and seen. And it invites us to be a part of it. We then embrace that whole rippling effect and ripple out our own ponds and reach people within our community. And this is how those positive vibrations grow. However, if you have a ripple that's filled with hate, fear, negativity, that also ripples out. And it sends out an undercurrent. People pick up on a fear and they don't even know what it's about. People pick up on anger and hate, and it's not their anger, it's not their hate, it's not their fear, but they walk into it, into this thick soup in an atmosphere, and they're not sure what they're walking into, but it often triggers those fears, that hate and that discord in their own lives. So when we look at ownership of our own lives and the responsibility of that one drop, we have to bear in mind that drop that we're dropping will have an effect on everybody around us. If you're going through something, if you're angry, you're upset, you're confused, something's happened, it is best to speak out and say to people, this is how I feel. Allow me to vent, don't take it on. Anybody can help me? Can anybody redirect me? Because now you're actually inviting people to drop a ripple in your pond that will ricochet out into those wonderful, beautiful solutions that you're looking for. But if you're there just dumping this great big huge drop and it ripples out, instead of a gentle drop that ripples out into a beautiful pond, drops and then becomes a great big river, it is not going to be beneficial or invite anybody to help you finding the solution. Nor will you find the solution yourself, because you're wrapped up in that emotion and nothing can get through. No drops can get through to you. Hell, I know what it's like to be frustrated or to have such anxiety, how to pay the next bill. Are you in the right direction? Are the people around you really there for you? All of those things, not buying into a negative atmosphere. All of those things are there. Your own health. When your body's knocking on your door and saying, I want attention, and you're saying, I'm not listening. All of those things are part of your ripple effect. And those ripples or those drops are going to drop. But even if it's your pain that you're dropping, drop that pain with, I invite other people's energies to help heal me. My anxiety, I invite people to step forth and help me unravel what is causing my anxiety. When you're in a negative atmosphere, drop love and compassion and invite them to meet you with that compassion. If you're in an arena where that atmosphere is just too thick with negativity or too thick with anger or discord, remove yourself from it and go and drop your drop somewhere else and ripple somewhere else. Life happens, stuff happens. How we deal with it is the test for ourselves. It shows us our own strength, our own tenacity, our own abilities. And sometimes that drops is something that is really megally painful. And it can feel like something from space coming down and hitting the earth and forming an enormous crevice. And it can feel like that in our own lives, that meteorite of destruction. And we can feel that hole within us, and we don't know how to fill it back up again. And sometimes it's not really meant to fill the hole, but to look to something else to empower around the hole. Strengthen the rest of you. Empower the rest of you, and that hole will slowly start disappearing or filling up with love or filling up with hope. Sometimes we do get those craters that are made, and if you only spend attention on the hole and not on the body around it, you're never going to be able to fill that hole in, whether you're meant to fill it in or just to fill it over. That is your journey of life, and only you will know that for the journey of your time. So remember that when you pass a judgment, or when you say something about somebody, or when you are addressing something, that word that you use in that tone of voice, or maybe even the non-words that you use, but just that vibration that you put out is having a ripple effect. And some people can just feel very, very uncomfortable around you, and they don't know why. They don't know what they've done. They feel a kind of a wall, and however many drops of compassion or love they give, all they get back is that. So we have to realize we are vibrational creatures. We're all energy. We work on wavelengths. And when we raise that vibration, those good vibrations, when we choose to be in tuned with one another, in tuned into our own lives, when we choose to speak to what is possible, what we can achieve, and that does not mean that we don't pay attention to the horrors that are going on in the world. But what we do is we feed those horrors with a solution to get out of the horrors. Don't feed the anger or the fear or the conspiracy around it. Feed a solution. What can we do as a community, as a global community, to help people that are caught in that horrible meteorite cannon of pain, to heal and get out of there? And we can be angry at the people that have caused it, but how about we empower the people that have been victimized? Because now that depowers the people that have caused it. So let's look at our actions. Let's look at a smile a day. That smile that you give to someone as you're walking by can have a ripple effect. It's someone's being seen. You've given a smile of a good day, whether you speak it or just smile it. It sits with them. In turn, they may turn around and smile at someone else. Ripple upon ripple upon ripple. If you're scowling at them, well, it's like, well, bugger you, mate. I only wanted to say hello. Don't have to bite my head off. And, that now puts them in a frame of mind where they don't really want to go smiling at anyone else because you've just given them the brush off. It's the same when we go into a store. We don't know what kind of day the person's had behind the till. And maybe they're having a hard day. I would always say for them to say, sorry folks, had no sleep last night, or having a difficult day, or I'm trying to catch up with myself. And then you, as a person, as a human being, go, don't worry, love, what can I do? Or may your day get better, or I'm smiling on you. And that helps them shift their day into something where they can get back on track because somebody cares. and that goes a long way. We have plenty of news, plenty of media, plenty of newspapers, plenty of people out there telling you everything that's going wrong in the world. And as I said, we do need to acknowledge that ripple effect of, let's take one bomb being dropped and look at the ripple effect of all the people that it kills. The people, the buildings, the land, everything that grew on that land, all the animals, all the plants. And then what does it build? It builds hate, it builds resentment, it builds fear. It's just such a negative from that one little drop, how it rippled out. What can we do instead of just sending out hate and death and destruction? We can send out love, compassion, and kindness, and tolerance. And that comes from one drop at a time with the people within your vicinity. If you're a social media person, do it on your social media. Send out a goodwill every day, a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon. Send out some happy pictures. Hope your days are good. If there is something bad out there, respond to it. Is that if we do this, we can rectify that. Or I wish that the person going through this, finds the strength to get through it. You're not alone. Social media is absolutely a wonderful tool to reach people, to really get that ripple effect out there. We know that when somebody asks for something, like I did with my mum when she was dying, I asked for people to say a prayer for her because the angels were there to take her and she was too afraid to accept them. And over 100 people sent their prayers, not likes, their prayers, to her, and within 24 hours the angels came and get her peacefully. That's the importance of it, folks. That's what happens. That goodwill from everybody, those prayers from everybody, shifted that energy for her, that the angels could come through and get her. It's the same as when you send out a birthday greeting. Those birthday greetings are very warm, that other people have taken the time to send you a birthday message. You may not know them very well, but they took that time out. They took a couple of drops and dropped you a message that gives you a smile. Simple, isn't it? But look at the effect that it has. Suddenly you have 70 people there that have wished you a happy birthday, and you go, oh, wow, that's really nice. I'm seen, I'm heard, and people respect me enough to do that. How wonderful. Wonderful ripple effect. We do the same with other people. When people post something, I've just lost my best friend, my dog of this many years, my cat of this many years, and we send out that loving blessings and those condolences. It makes them feel that they're not alone. They're not alone in their pain, and we're there with sending compassion, and it helps them heal. It's the same when somebody talks of a birth and we wish congratulations, or a job, or a marriage, or a relationship, or anything that they've achieved, and we celebrate that with them. And that wonderful ripple effect of it goes out and out and out and ricochets. This is the empowerment of online social media. It isn't about the sensationalism. It isn't about the quick hate hiding behind the internet. It is about using it for good, using it to communicate, to reach out, to make a difference, to connect, to help one another's businesses, to help one another's causes, to bring information and news to everybody that is going to have that ripple effect out to reach as many people as possible in a positive way. So we are that change, but we have to be that change in our own lives first. Those drops that we drop into our own verbiage, those drops that we drop into our own visuals, those drops that we drop into our own heart, we have got to make sure that they serve us, because until we serve ourselves, we cannot serve mankind. You cannot be that beautiful drop of love that ricochets out to everybody if you're living in fear or hate or discord within your own life. So start looking at how you speak to yourself, how your thoughts are, how you touch, how you feel, how you speak, how you think, and what you put around you. Make sure that you're not being drawn to the drama or drawn to the sensationalism, that you're being drawn to something beautiful, something warm, something loving. There are wonderful videos on people making great achievements, children with gifts way beyond their years. Animals coming together with other animals that never should be. They are the leading forefront of embracing differences and just loving vibrationally no matter what the species is. They're teaching us how to love right now. Immerse yourself into those. Immerse yourself into other people's stories. Of course, here in Self-Discovery Radio, we bring you stories every week filled with knowledge and information and inspiration and illumination. And we do it because we know that those stories will lift you up, that will give you hope, that will show you how, and will fuel you and fill you into walking that path of that beautiful positivity in your own lives. And when you are full in your own lives, your drops drop beautifully and ricochet out to other beautiful ponds. And this is how it works. One person's goodwill then ricochets out to other people's goodwill. The ripple and the ripple and the ripple. So on and so on and so on. So this is what we could be doing in our own lives. If you look at the posting, you'll see that I've posted a wonderful song by a young Irish boy called Tell Me Why by Declan Galbraith. And he's 13 years old, and he wrote this song. And it's why about war. It's a world song, and he wants people to answer him, tell me why that we nurture the hate, we nurture the fear, we nurture the war, we nurture this constant destruction. Why are we doing that when we can spend that same energy, less energy, to nurture love, to nurture hope, to nurture possibilities? And we owe our youth that answer. We owe ourselves that answer. We have got to stop feeding the hate and the fear and the destruction, the war on peace. There is no war on peace. Peace is love. It's tranquility. It is freedom. We don't fight for it. We energize it. We fuel it. We empower it. Because there is no fight in peace. There is no fight in love. It is a state of being and a state of energy that is so pure and so whole and so truthful. There is no fighting for it. That's where you find the peace, the tranquility, the simplicity. You find it in that wonderful state of being. It hasn't got great highs or great lows. It's just a wonderful, beautiful plateau of quiet exuberance. That is what peace is. Now, love, of course, has its extremes, where you love so intensely and so passionately. And there are those beautiful peaks when something raises your heart. And then there's just that lovely glow. And in that glow of that peace, of that love, there are always highs and lows. But in peace, there is never a flatten out. There's never a flat line. So we don't fight for peace. We don't have a war on peace. We don't fight for ourselves. What we do is invest in ourselves. We learn to nurture ourselves, to love ourselves, to speak to ourselves in a way that we want to be spoken to. Speak about ourselves in the way we want others to speak about us. Feel about ourselves the way we want others to feel about us. And act in a way that we want others to act around us. That is that peace in action. By placing value upon yourself, by loving yourself, by respecting who you are, that embracing all those wonderful little imperfections that are there. That is your why. The beauty of everything you've ever done, everything you've ever been, and now being that something. That is your why. And when you live in that why, you live in that action, you're on your road to that beautiful, supreme peace. And those drops that you drop in the pond of life will ripple out that love, that peace, that tranquility, that purpose, that passion out to everybody else. But before you get there, you've got to be willing to work on yourself, to invest in yourself, to embrace and enlighten yourself. Because we are responsible for our own journeys. We're responsible for our own actions and interactions. Stuff is always going to happen to us. How we react to it is up to us. Now, yes, all right, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get angry. Let it be a moment. Let it burn off. Then take those deep breaths and invite others to help you resolve it if you can't resolve it on your own. We are all here for one another. We are all here with ideas of how. We're all here to support one another. But you actually have to give permission to other people to help you by reaching out to them and asking for that help. Not in the frustration, anger, or hurt, but in the, I'm confused, this is where I'm at the present moment, I cannot see which way is up or down. Has anybody else been through this? Can anybody share a solution for me? And with those many solutions or ideas that come in or stories of other people, there'll be something there that will resonate with you and you go, yes, okay, that I can do. And then you get doing it and then you're out of your problem. Right? That's what it's about. Interaction in your own life, interaction in the lives of others. Let us not be afraid to ask for help. Let us not be afraid to even state, I'm having a bad day and I'm looking for hugs today, and see how many people hug you back. It's amazing of how many people care for one another. Now, you can't just start a Facebook account today, put it out there and expect people to follow you. You've got to follow other people. You've got to invite them. You don't buy them. You get in there, in the public arena, and you start following people that are like-minded, like-souled, like-heart, like-passioned, and you interact. You follow their postings, you make comments on it, you post things of your own and invite people to comment on it, just as you would wherever you go in a conversation. You incite that conversation, you invite that conversation, and you interact. And that is how you build a community. You would do that if you go down to your local coffee bar, if you go to these meetings or join a club. That is what you would do. All we're doing is say do it in social media, and you will build up those people from around the world that can open up your eyes and arena and become friends in another way. If you don't want to do social media, then do it in your local area. But you have to get out there to actually meet people. You have to do something. You're never going to meet anybody sitting on your butt going, I wish somebody had a solution, but nobody knows your problem because you're not interacting with anyone. You're not going to even have a ripple effect on anybody unless you're out there participating in life and participating with people and allowing them to participate in your own life. Life is about being interactive, melding and working with people and meeting people, whether it be online or in real life. It's all real, it's all energy, it's all good vibrations if you choose it to be. It's all beneficial. But you do have to participate. Life isn't going to come knocking at your door and saying, hi, I'm here, what can I do for you? You've got to let people know what you need. And therefore you also have to be there for other people, helping them in their time of need. That's what it's about. Social media isn't a place where you just advertise what you've got anymore. It's about building relationships. It's about letting people know who you are, why you are, what your journey has been, and what you're doing because of it. People are more interested in your why today. Then they'll listen to your how. People don't want to be sold to anymore. They're so sick to death of that. But they do want to be inspired, and they do want illumination. So illuminate them, inspire them, and therefore you may actually find those people out there that want to hire you because you have inspired them. That ripple effect, folks. Let's start it off with kindness. Maybe it's a simple smile. Maybe it's a nice gesture. Maybe it's a beautiful picture. Whatever it is, choose your avenue. Put it out there in any medium that you can and see how it grows. Raise your own vibration, your own wavelength, your own ripple effect by rippling out those positive thoughts, that love, that compassion, and see how it grows. Because one pond becomes another pond, that becomes another pond, that becomes another pond. And this is how we reach people around the world. Never ever underestimate your one drop. Never ever underestimate the power of you. Equally as power as you can be positive, you can be negative. So be mindful, be thoughtful, be caring, be feeling. All of that before you do. And are you doing it in a reactionary way, or are you doing it to inspire, to enable, or because you care? Do listen to this wonderful song by this beautiful child, and tell me why. And answer him. Answer him in a way of, why are we choosing war and hate over love and compassion? What legacy are we leaving our children? What world have we created? And what can we do to make those changes? Become the ripple effect. Become that drop that makes a difference. Make it in your own life, so that the drops that come from your mouth, from your thoughts, from your energy will always be positive and will always have a ripple effect on everybody else. It stands with us, folks. The answers are with us. First and foremost, we have to work on us so that we now can become that positive ripple effect on life. The choice is ours. And I pray you make the choice that empowers you so you may empower others. Until the next time, be that one drop of glorious love.
We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.